Good morning, people. Good morning. Good morning. This is Spirit Journey. Today is good old Sunday, July 3, 2022, and the time is about 6:15 a.m. Yes, I'm still in bed and just going to take it easy. I hope you all are doing well. I'd like to talk to you about some things. Yes. Wow, it looks like it might rain today. And last night the mosquitoes came out. Yes, I was in my living room at my computer, and then whammo, I would see mosquitoes. I haven't seen mosquitoes in ages. Well, the mosquitoes are out. Yes, I had my window cracked open, and I was getting bitten in my arm. At least I know where those bites came from. Yes. So I had recently purchased, I think it arrived a week ago. This net is a whole outfit. I'll show you part of it. It has leggings, booties, gloves, look, mittens. Good. Let me show you. Where'd it go? I'm trying to show you it. Oh, there it goes. A mitten. See that? It's real lightweight. Oops. It's real lightweight. And the jacket that comes with it, everything has like at the cuffs, the waist, it has like a string, and you can tie it, tight so that nothing could crawl in. Yes. I wore it last night. Yes. Yeah, I bought it actually because I thought I was going to be going to this place, and I didn't want to risk the mosquitoes. In fact, I need to hear from New York City. Yes, good morning, viewer. Good morning, good morning. Yeah, so I have the jacket on. I slept with the whole thing, the whole outfit I put on last night. Yeah, because I have the windows in the bedroom open, and I said, I want to be able to sleep with these. It is a little uncomfortable to put this on. Yeah, it's a little scratchy to the body, but I was experimenting with it to see what it would do. Yeah, you move around in your sleep, the thing can move up and expose a little a part of you. So, you really have to make sure when you wear something like this that it's secured, you know, because it could slip a little bit and something can get in. So, yeah, I felt a little bite. I said, oh God, I felt a little bite at my hip. I said, please. Oh God, yeah. But anyway, you got to do what you got to do. You know what can also get? Those things you put around the bed. But I don't know how to secure it on the ceiling. It's like a string or something, and the canopy attaches up in there, and then you spread the mosquito net around. But I would have to get the anchor it, and that could be a hassle. Yeah, because this apartment, it's all the ceiling cement. I think I tried to do that before, to put up the curtains when I came into this unit, and yeah, you need a special drill for that. Yes, good morning, viewer. Good morning, good morning. So it is what it is. I'm experimenting. I love gear. I love gear. Yep. You get these little things, see that if it work, whatever, you know. But my gear I don't use often. Like remember last year around this time, August, I think it was August or September of last year, I bought this thermos, yeah, this thermos for camping, and it's really neat. It's like a bright orange. I bought that lounge chair, so I thought, oh, I gotta be sitting out here in nature. Yeah, I tried a few times. I said, I don't know. Yeah, I think the main thing with that was the bathroom issue. You be drinking those liquids and stuff like that. You gotta go, you know. So the logistics of that, and sometimes you may not feel comfortable. Guys can do it really quick, but when you're a female, it's not the same. See, anatomy does make a difference, ladies. It does make a difference. That's all, brother. Yeah. So I wasn't all that keen in doing it. For me, I said camping is just you need a chair or a lounge chair and a thermos, and you're good. Yeah, that's something what a city slicker like myself would say. Yeah, I've never gone camping at all, but I wanted the fantasy of going camping in a big city. So, I did get a lounge chair, and it could recline too into, flat like a bed. And I got the thermos, and I remember I made this soup. It was either tea the first time, and then I remember I made soup. Oh, the soup was good, boy. And it stays hot for, I tried it out for a couple of days. Yeah, this thing stays hot for a long time. I said, yeah, you're worth it. Yeah, it was expensive. The thermos. Yeah, it's like a liter and a half. That's a fantastic. Yeah. And then I wanted to get this thing just special, specialty just for, foodie stuff. So that would be soups or stews and things like that. And then just leave the thermos for water or something, or tea. Yeah, have two separate things. One for, just beverage, drink. The other one for, foodie stuff and keep hot or whatever. So, anyways, got that out the way with my yeah, my mosquito net stuff. Yeah, are the mosquitoes out where you are? Boy, I don't remember this like this. I don't remember New York City being like this ever. Yeah, mosquitoes? I don't remember this. I've been here for 19 years. 19, count 'em, people. 19 years. Yeah, I hope you guys could hear me. Make sure the mic. Yeah, so I hope you can hear me. Yeah, sometimes wonder whether or not when people drop off so quickly, I'm wondering whether it's a volume issue. That could be also. I hope not. So, yeah, maybe I could purchase something like what do you call it? A microphone that works with the iPad. So, yeah, I had the earplugs that had a little mic in it, but one time there was distortion. It didn't come through, so I don't know whether it was broken, the hole in the iPad, and it I was doing a video, and someone said, hey, the volume's not on. You can't hear anything. So I appreciate that viewer, let me know, hey, the audio is off. So yes, we'll see. We'll see if I could, if I want to get that. Yeah, I really want to save money. People, I feel like these days, it's fun to spend money. You can set aside money just to splurge with. You set aside what you want to just play with. But yeah, of course, always get your bills first. Get all the important stuff first. But just if you have little money that you just want to, for entertainment, and just use that little portion. But I feel today, conserve. Yes, try to conserve as you can. Yeah, I got yeah, I'm gonna be talking about different things. As you might have seen in the um description section of the video. Um, I want to talk about a vision that I had this morning, but I also want to talk about the signs of the time. I was watching this other video. This guy who he talks about more prophetic stuff. He's just a regular guy, but he's good with symbols, numbers, colors, um, other stuff like that, and he analyzes what he thinks is going on, the symbolism behind certain events, current events. And a lot of stuff he has is very interesting. So I want to talk about that also. I'm going to talk about that because it really slides into what I want to talk about, conserving your money and things like that. And someone, a viewer of mine contacted me and was giving me like a heads up. And that viewer was saying what do you call it? EBS, Emergency Broadcast System. Yeah, Emergency Broadcast System, something like that. And they referred to me to things to look at. And it's more like a warning since the 4th of July is approaching tomorrow. Yes, good morning, viewers. Good morning. And that's what I want to talk about right now. The signs of the time. Here, those mosquitoes are out, and I've been in this neighborhood now for 19 years, and I don't remember ever being like bitten in my home like this. Well, at least I saw the mosquitoes in the living room. I had a little light on, and I saw him. I was like, oh, yeah, you don't hear them. It's the mosquitoes that don't make the noise are the ones that bite you, not the ones that yeah. Bzzz. They said, but why is it that a lot of times you hear like a zzz, and then you feel it on you, and then you smack it, right? Right? But they said no, the ones that don't make the noise is the ones that actually bite you. Yeah, I didn't hear any buzzing sound, but I felt something touch me, and then I actually saw some flying, the little mosquito. I said, oh, and then I started feeling itchy on my arm, and I said, oh shoot, I had 3 bite marks, 3 of them. I said, oh brother, but are these signs of the time? Mosquitoes, and why are they out now? Why they aren't out now? I never had this problem of being bitten like this. Yeah, I started getting bitten by something in what was that? In December, this past December. Yep, and it was right after I saw that guy. Remember, I I I shared with you my neighbor that I met just before my birthday, who asked me that real nosy question. Here, you just move in, and I'm coming to my apartment unit. I have my big stroller, And I just said, good morning. And then he walks up to me and asks me something. And the nature of that question, I feel, is very biased, prejudiced, and judgmental. And I said, excuse me? That is personal. And I don't come to you and ask you your financial business. And then he just goes, oh, and just walks away. I haven't seen him since December. Well, 2 days ago, I see him for the first time since last December. So that's 7 months ago. 7 months ago. And I was exiting my apartment. I opened the door and I had to bring my stroller through first. And as I opened, he runs past my door. Because, see, he was only wearing his underwear, like those men's shorts, underwear, briefs. And he was acting all quirky, real quirky. And then I got through the door, and then he was running back. He goes, oh, 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 like that. Yes, nerd city, nerd city. You know, see, I'm seeing now that people, certain people, sometimes people may act the same way. And in the past, I used to think it was funny and harmless. Oh, isn't that cute, the little nerd? Well, that little nerd, uh, I found out in December, was not your friend. See, people could have a persona. This is important. You can have a persona that makes people laugh, but they are of the devil. They are of the devil. I mean, I never used to speak like this. Never. Never used to talk like this. But when you meet it first on, and I'm a easygoing person, I say hello to everybody. I welcome everybody new, on my floor. I say hi, my name is so and so, and blah blah blah. Um, how are you? Welcome. That's what I do. You show yourself friendly. You expect friendly back. But what was his response? My finances, to want to know whether I was rich or poor. How tacky. How tacky could you get? So that's his mentality. But see, I exposed him, so to speak. I have it on camera. Him racing by my door. Yes, see, just because I'm a black person does not mean I'm stupid. Stupid is what stupid does. And I got that on camera. See, I walk with my body cam on. I bought that body cam because of an incident that happened to me in the city. Yeah, and since my purchasing the item, those two new events occurred to me. And so I felt the need to start wearing it again. Because, see, I didn't want to wear it. I'd say, and just put it on the side. Oh, I'm too lazy to turn it on, whatever. But I said, it's getting kind of wild out there again. The vibrations here in New York City is very intense at times. I said, let me just bring it. So I set it up on my stroller. And boom. I should, I should just upload it, because, it was in my home. And open the door, and then boom, he's right there, running past my door, and then running back. I should get to see what this devil looks like. Yeah, I should. I should. So I have to make sure I don't erase the whole thing to download that portion. Yeah, why not? Why not? Yeah, see, when someone tries to shame you and try to make you feel like you're a fucking foreigner in your own country, and the audacity, you just come into my country and then you become my neighbor and then you question me because I'm black. It's like unreal, unreal. Yeah, I didn't know I was going to talk about that of the day, but with my videos, one thing flows into another. Yeah, the signs of the time. That's what I started with the mosquitoes, and then what happened in the building, things like that, and being bitten. Right after that incident in December, I started to get bitten for the first time. That's when it started. And I was wondering whether he was doing something. And I started to wonder whether he was trying to set me up to force me to leave the building so that he could get maybe somebody, his friends, whatever, in my unit. These sneaky people that if my instincts are right. Or it could be just nothing, just a coincidence after 19 years and have the same habits, do the same thing, and then whammo. So yeah, the signs of the time. Yeah, I listened to this YouTuber, and he studies different things. He likes numbers. He's into numbers, numerology, and symbols and codes and all that. And he talked about yesterday. I mean, I just watched it today, but he aired it yesterday. And he talked about, like, he notices a lot of people on television wear purple now. And purple is, I know that purple is considered royalty, but he noticed that in certain situations that newscasters, they wear some type of purple. And whether it's a purple that has more blue in it or a type of purple that has more red in it, you know, but a type of purple. I never noticed that. But as he started mentioning it in many of his videos, he has a point. I thought what was really revealing, it was the basketball. When they say who's going to be the draft, the number one draft in the NBA. Some young guy, um, really tall. He was wearing purple. I mean, like a raspberry purple with white polka dots. I said, wow. I mean, it looked like it was tailored made to his body. He was real tall, young dude, and he was wearing purple with dots in it, white dots on it. I've never seen something like that. And that he suggested that people are being told to wear purple. Certain high people of people being like grafted on, who are going to play a part in the system. Yep. And yeah, he was wearing purple. So today, yesterday's thing, he showed, um, what was that now? Oh, he started thinking that like he was talking, and then like a word of revelation came to him about you're going to see a sea of purple, a lot of purple. And he, he, he believes that um, the Antichrist is going to also be wearing purple. You know, the Antichrist that comes from, Book of Revelations in the Bible, the New Testament, and that according to Revelation, that the beast will, that he was alive before, and then he's going to come back to life. And he said that he's going to be dressed in purple, and purple is royalty, but he used to wear mummy. And a mummy is, something that's, wrapped, a dead person that's wrapped up, like the Egyptian mummies. But when he started mentioning about that something very soon is going to be revealed, and they're ushering in, the introducing this beast system with these people you see on social media or TV wearing some type of purple. And for him, he felt that purple, you know, uh, the Antichrist is a copycat and is going to wear, something about the blood. But the Antichrist blood is going to be different. And he was saying that when, dead blood is when blood dries, it turns like purple. He said, so that's going to be the beast, the Antichrist. I'm sorry, the Antichrist's um, colors, and everyone is going to be drenched in it. Then linked that with all of a sudden the Roe versus Wade. He talked about that. He says, why, they're introducing this blood sacrifice. They're making an issue about it all of a sudden. And, in New York City, it's now a, what would you call it? Carry state, open carry state now. So it's like a tit for tat. They're saying, okay, you can't have the Roe versus Wade anymore, but we're going to have an open carry instead. This is the 4th of July weekend. And all day, all throughout this weekend, um, engines going on, cop cars, ambulances, just all day, all day. Yeah. So I thought it's just really interesting him noticing that, trends. Start to notice trends. What's happening with the trends now? What are the trends? So I thought it was really interesting, and about this purple. So he says he feels that the Antichrist is going to be ushered in soon. I mean, I'm no longer a follower of the Bible, but the Bible does have symbolism, and it does have some good teachings. But I don't follow it as that. If I don't, uh, in a religious standpoint, I no longer carry that. But for a book that has examples and talks about different, um, what's that? Principles. It teaches some great principles. But for me, it's a code book. It is a code book for initiates. That's what I feel with it mostly. It speaks to initiates of different levels. And according to your level, you're able to deduct certain meanings from it. So I think he has a point about certain things. The ushering into a system. Um, Definitely, I mean, with this starting, what was that, a year and a half ago in 20, so from, what was that, beginning in 2020 with the pandemic. Yeah, it's a system that's that's in by increments, and people being placed now in strategic positions because they're going to play their part in this game. So he said, keep your eyes open for this mummy, something that was dead, coming back to life. And you know what I thought immediately when he said that? You could have probably laughed. But remember, I think it was a year ago. It was about a year and a yeah, towards the beginning of this pandemic. I no longer watched the video, but they talked about like the Q thing, and were they saying is really alive? But JFK Jr. JFK Jr. As if he's like some savior. No, and no disrespect to Junior. No disrespect. I'm not. He's a fellow New Yorker like myself. No disrespect to him or his family. But I didn't understand that, like, he and his wife girlfriend died in that plane crash. But you had a growing segment on social media who was promoting that he's actually alive somewhere and has a cult following. I've never heard, these are intelligent people, and they're saying something like this, and excuse me, I didn't understand this type of talk. I don't understand it, but that's what they were saying. So when this YouTuber who studies about prophecies and things like that was talking about a mummy's a dead person, being brought back to life, and that he is going to, seduce the nation. What I'm interjecting this. What if it's somebody like a JFK Jr.? And everybody plays their part. There could be just a wannabe, you know, pretend to be or want people to think you are JFK Jr. and steal his identity to, I'm just, it just, wow. And somebody had sent me a message about a possible emergency broadcast system to be initiated this 4th of July weekend. Tomorrow's the 4th of July. Tomorrow is. What is this all about? What is this all about? I hope not. When it has an emergency broadcast system, that's when the federal government can they can shut off all communications, turn off all the TV channels, most likely the internet. They can shut everything down so you cannot communicate with loved ones or friends. So it's just food for thought. I thought. So you know, I cannot change. I can't change what happens outside of myself, but I want to control what happens in this domain, what I do here. This one person suggested your world is influenced by the thoughts that you have. And metaphysically, if you keep manifesting in your mind a certain mindset, and if it's something negative, that's what you're feeding, and that's what's gonna grow and manifest in your life. So I'm wondering, hey, maybe I should start watching more things that are more edifying and make that grow. Are we just making the monster bigger by giving it more attention? It's just food for thought. I think they have a point. And yes, yesterday was the anniversary, the first anniversary of a family member of mine who passed away. So I gave a word of silence around the time. Yeah, I was doing a live video at the time, and forgot to notice the time, and it was um, like an hour past the that particular time in mentioned. Yeah. So yes, may he rest in peace. And all your others who had loved ones who passed away recently. Yes, may they rest in peace, or may they rest in power. And the last thing I want to talk about, I had a vision, my morning visions that I have upon awakening. Yeah, I know I was dreaming last night, and when I woke up this morning, I had a little vision. Yeah, um, when I awaken in the morning, what I do, I keep my eyes closed upon awakening from dreaming or sleeping, and I just look through my eyelids. And a lot of times you see things, you get to see things. And this is what I saw. I thought it was interesting. I saw a piece of paper, ruled paper, that has the lines that, so you can write on it, like a notebook. I saw a piece of paper. It could have been a light purple or a light pink or pink, yeah, something like that. But it was slightly colored, and it had writing on it. And I said to myself mentally, okay, pay attention to what I'm looking at. And I was looking at the paper. It seemed like I was looking very up close to the paper, like 3 inches away, and it was moving up and down. So I said, okay, I gotta try to focus, gotta focus on something, because I see writing. And what I briefly noticed, what I was able to mentally gather, the number, there were a series of numbers. And I got mentally the number 257. 257. And it had a little heart next to it. You know what it looked like? It looked like a girl's, like a young girl, like a teenager, notes or something, numbers. Because of the heart, it looked like something like a young teenager would do. Yeah. Someone in 257, it was grouped like 257, then had other numbers. So I'm thinking a phone number, or the area code to number. So I thought it was interesting. Yeah. And it was, I think, written in blue ink. Yeah, it was ink. Neat handwriting. But it seemed like something that my feel to it was it was a female, a young female, who was writing something. Am I a young female somewhere, writing like in a little notebook? Interesting, people. We could be living multiple, sorry, We could be living multiple lives. We could be having multiple existence. Why that one? I wish I was able to see more. But yeah, I was like looking real close to it. I'm sorry, as if I were looking at it real close. But what my instincts are telling me is that I am the experiencer of what I see in that dimension. And that's what's really something. So even like if something happens to us here, we have an existence elsewhere. This is really something, people. This is really something. What is reality? Well, reality to that person with that notebook is their reality. They're experiencing it. And then I have a reality here. What if those glitches that happen in life, or sometimes you see a sparkle in the corner of your eye? What if those are people that you are connected with looking at what you're doing and wondering, who are you? Where is this place? Isn't that something, people? Let's see. Isn't that something? That's what it could be, people. They could be watching what you're doing. I just think it's interesting. Yeah, and it's like each time it's like very different. And my abilities to see what I see in the for the morning vision has evolved. At one point, I was seeing a lot of geometric shapes. And then I started to see plants. And then I started to see people. And people doing things. And one time I saw, oh, yeah, one time I saw myself. It's really something. This is a multi-dimensional world. Because those things exist, and those existence, they are experiencing and feeling. Yeah, it's like a computer. It's like a CD. And you could play any part, whether it's the beginning of the CD or the end, it's all happening simultaneously. Everything on that disc is. Past, present, and future is all the same. Because it's all recorded, all is already done. It's like a computer. And we're part of that computer system. Really amazing, people. Really, really amazing. Wow. So that's what I wanted to talk about today. Yeah, those are the things I wanted to talk about. The that vision, seeing the writing, the numbers 257, and a little heart, like a little girl wrote. It was cute. Um, on colored paper, and then the symbols of the current events about the Antichrist being ushered in soon, and then a acquaintance of mine warning me a possible emergency broadcast system for this 4th of July. Well, I wish us all a very safe 4th of July, you know. Yes, 4th of July could be it's a personal one for all, especially blacks and I guess Indians. But oh, let me put this down. Oh, well, my hand is getting, sorry, my hand is getting numb. Sorry about that. But yeah, I did do a video last night, an emotional video, uh, yesterday afternoon. I talked about the 4th of July, and I was offended about, you know, um, sometimes we can be a little insensitive to others. You know, uh, people have been uh, having their 4th of July cookouts and stuff like that for ages. All types of people. It's what what meaning you make out of it. Yes, at the time of the 4th of July, you had slavery in America. You had slavery in virtually all of the Americas, right? You have people from those other nations in the Americas that were under slavery too, and they come to the U.S. and they celebrate 4th of July. They have their little cookouts, their families. It's a time for people to gather together. And that's all that I take it as. But if we keep on taking something, oops, sorry. Sorry about that. See, things are given to us. And if we keep poo-pooing every damn thing and look at the negative of every damn thing, you're going to have a negative life. You are going to have a negative life. I am a veteran. I served my country. My father was a veteran, and he served his country also. And a lot of us, who is the highest percentage of people who serve in the military? Black people. The highest percentage of people who serve in the U.S. military are black people. We are overrepresented in the military, even though we make up, was that 13, 11% of the population, but we make up a very large percentage of the population. We, black people. And no one's putting shackles on our arms to join. We join. This is an open, this is not like during my father's day when it was mandatory. I forget the word that you use for when it was mandatory. But now it's not mandatory, but we're flocking in. We work in all different locations in the military. We're all spread all over the world. And we have an opportunity when we're overseas to learn about other cultures, learn other languages, and teach people about what you are. We can teach people who we are as a people, and we can show them our best side. We are the first line of communication that many people would see. The main opportunity to meet Black Americans, people. And so what you should do is show them your best side, that you're professional, that you're honest, that you're someone with integrity, so that when they do come to America, they have a good opinion about you. But you have some people here, some American blacks here, who want to poo-poo me. I came in on towards the latter end of her live stream, and I followed this YouTuber. Her focus is on travel, and but because I didn't have the poo-poo narrative about shit on America, 4th of July. Because I said, well, I know that this fourth is a controversy, but I did sport my red, white, and blue, and that people from all over the world, uh, you know, who come to America, if they can celebrate their flag, why can't I celebrate mine? And so she initially put it up, and then she pulled it when she got, I guess she read what it was really saying, and she pulled it off. And before that, she had skipped my comment, and I took it personal. When she skipped my thing, I'm not going to go, in it again. You can just watch yesterday's live stream I did. I was hurt. I was very hurt because I felt it was deliberate. I took it, we don't have to be nasty as black women. We don't have to be nasty to other black women who, who may not feel the same way. It's okay if you don't want to wear red, white, and blue. If you don't want to, but it's okay. You do you, boo. Do you. It's about freedom. Isn't it about freedom? 4th of July, yes. During 4th of July, there was chattel slavery. You bet it was. You bet it was. But it dawned on me also. See, let's go there. Let's go here. What else was going on in 1776? Well, women weren't allowed to vote. Women weren't allowed, what do you call it, own property. Hello. So does that mean, the majority of the people in this country is women, female. So that means over half of the population could stay at home and not talk, and not celebrate the 4th of July because they didn't have the right to vote. They couldn't own property. There's a lot of white men too whose ancestors did not have property. If your white you may have had a white ancestor at that time of 1776, and they may not been able to vote because they didn't have property. Only if you were a landowner. Hear this. Only if you were a landowner, you owned that property. Only you had the right to vote. Only you had the right to vote. Okay? So that leaves out most Americans whose direct ancestor did not have property at that time. They were forbidden to vote because their daddy didn't own the property. And their mamas did not have the right to vote. And yes, you did have most blacks who were slaves. But not all blacks were slaves. And I mentioned in the video that, yes, I mentioned in the video the name Crispus Attucks. How many of those black people, or if that woman, no, she was in the teaching field. She taught geography. But I would imagine she has to know Crispus Attucks. Crispus Attucks. He was a, records say the word mulatto. I know some of you may be offended by that term, but it just means someone of a mixed blood. Yes, the word mule does come out from it, but it just means mix. And specifically, it refers to black and white. Overwhelmingly the time when they use that specific term, black and white mix, they use the term mulatto. And if it's like Indian and white, They have another term, like in Mexico, they're called mestizos. And there is a term for if it's black and Indian mix. That I don't know. So any of you knows the terminology, what was used. They claim in this one article mulatto and Indian were interchangeable, but I disagree. An Indian is an Indian, but a mulatto is something different. But either way, whatever what he was, it was evident that he had African blood. And he was one of 5 people in the Boston Massacre, as they call it. 5 people who died on that particular day that I mentioned yesterday. And he was the first one shot. And so he is a man of color. And he thought it was worthy to get involved with politics, so to speak. I mean, he didn't wake up that morning and said, I want to do something and get shot today. No. He's like any citizen, like myself. And let's say I do something and say, hey, I want to stand up for this. And, you have people who get involved in things. It could start off innocent and something could happen. And lives could be taken. Does that life mean you cannot uh, acknowledge that day of the lives that were taken or whatever? So you're going to say no to the 4th of July and the person who was sacrificed, which sparked the nation to fight against the British. And you know what else? Let me go further with this. This is important. It's all about perspective, what side of the fence you're on. It's okay. Did you know that in Britain at that time, that if you were in Britain, you were free? They banned slavery in Britain, the British Empire, the UK. You breathe in that British air, you were free. So I know what they teach you in the books, history books, that the settlers in America didn't want to pay taxes for tea. It's BS. True that they may not have want to pay taxes on the tea, and they didn't have the full representation. They're paying taxes, but they're not being represented for for things that happen in the motherland for them. So they want to boycott. That's the excuse that they give us. Like the excuse why what happened with Columbus wanted to just get tea or spices, or find another route to get the spices and avoid the middleman. This is all baloney. That's what they want you to focus on. But what if a big issue with the American Revolution, what sparked the American Revolution here? What if the people here, the colony, when they learned that Britain ended slavery in their land, that they would then have to end slavery in the United States? Hello, people. Hello. Anybody hear me? What if that was the real crux of it? The fear that their trade in slavery and getting cheap labor to make mass productions of goods for Britain, that the real issue was Britain ended slavery in its land. And the colonies did not want that. They knew that happened there and that it would be introduced here in America. So it's really interesting, isn't it? So which one you want? You want, you know, uh, recognize the Fourth of July? Yes, because they had slavery, or what if the whole thing was really to keep slavery in America? I mean, it's something to think about. But whatever what the case may be, how you want to look at an event, the fact that black people in America fought. Oh, I see more mosquitoes, people. Oh God, I saw a big one. Yeah, I just saw that. But yes, that in every, black people had served in the military for every war and conflict, all of them. And I feel that even though some of us may have been in bondage, and some of us are in mental bondage today, but we are still, we still, this is still the land that we live in. And it's something that we should protect our interests here on some level. But I don't think that you should just throw out the bath water, with the baby, because there were some events here that were not good. But for people like Crispus Attucks, he was a so-called free man. Yes, he was. Just like now. Just like now. We have holidays, we have things and events that happen now. You have black people that are serving in the military now. You have black people who are meeting black people for the first time through our military. And it gives us opportunity to learn about other cultures, other languages, and to get influence, to make influence when you're overseas and learn about how they do business. Make connections. But no, you just want to use it as a playground to do foolishness. You can use it to educate people about your culture, your your politics, your environment, so that you can sensitize them to your needs, to sensitize them to have compassion for you when you go through something in America, when you're being harassed, when you're being tortured, when people are making lies about you. You need to use each opportunity as a means of your liberation. Because if people only see what Hollywood shows about you, they're going to think you're a buffoon. You have the power in your hands if you want to see it like that. You have it. I think we make up 40 something percent of the U.S. military. If I heard right, about 40 something percent, and you only make up, what's that, 12 or 13% of the U.S. population. Hello? You have every right to wear your red, white, and blue this weekend if you feel like it. You don't feel like that's fine. That is fine. It's okay. It's about freedom, your personal freedom. If you want to wear red, white, and blue, wear it. If you want to wear red, black, and green, wear that. You want to wear your Garvey colors? This is your land too. This is your land too. Start acting like it. Start acting like it. You have some of these YouTubers, and they want to act all cute sometime, and poo-poo other blacks. But look what they're doing. Okay, I do respect this particular YouTuber's channel overall. I respect their work in encouraging black people, black women in particular, to do certain things, to expand their mind and start embracing life. And I can't say no to that. But you also, you know, it's a big world out there. It's a big world. I don't know. I know it's a big world. You just really, sometimes I just start to wonder why. Some of them promote only in Europe. Or it's like some of them only promote countries that white America goes to. And then some of them are promoting Africa. It's really something. And when you ask them, hey, how come you're not promoting, hey, going to Africa? Oh, well, that's, they don't have my lifestyle. But you're going to talk about the white man, this and that. So it gets me a little confused. It's confusing to me when you're only promoting certain countries, and those countries are those that white America goes to. You're not promoting a place, a separate place for maybe just black people should go to. I don't see it. But then you say, oh, I hate America, and how dare she say that she wears red, white, and blue. You wear what you want to wear. You want to wear polka dot, wear polka dot. You want to wear green, and yellow, all these weird, no, I'm just trying to stress a point. It's a day for self-expression. How independence, there's financial independence, there's all forms of independence. And yes, Thanksgiving. Yeah, I used to feel the same thing about Thanksgiving. It's a day when, they killed off the Indians, right? Right? Yeah, I felt very uncomfortable. But I was like many American families, came from many American families. We had a Thanksgiving dinner. We had the traditional dinner. And I like Thanksgiving Day. I'm saying it. I like Thanksgiving Day because I like the time that everybody was able to sit down together as a family and have a fantastic meal. Thanksgiving is thanks. Thanks is thanks. There are many things, just like there's multi-dimensional worlds that are happening right now. Well, there's multi-dimensional events for holidays. You can think about those poor Indians and black people that were oppressed during Thanksgiving, or you can think about those who got liberated, who had that ability to buy food for their children and give thanks. Thanks is thanks. It's energy. A holiday is just a day of energy and how you want to focus that energy. And the choice is yours. It's how you want to look at it. I like the gobble gobble. I like what it meant to me. You are the one that put meaning on holidays. You. You decide what a day means for you. If you just want to focus on a particular aspect, that is your choice. But to poo-poo other people who want to put special meaning for them, what does it mean to put red, white, and blue on for you? Meant that I stood my ground. I served. You have African people right now racing to come, black Africans racing to come to America. You have West Indians racing to come to America. You have Hispanics that are racing to come to America. And yes, when the 4th of July comes, I bet they have their gobble, what do you call it? They have their hot dogs and sauerkraut. So they can celebrate the 4th of July, and you can't. They can go and have a parade in our country and wave a foreign flag? You don't think they had slavery in Jamaica? You don't think they had slavery in Cuba or in Puerto Rico or in Brazil or in Argentina or Mexico? All of us were under slavery. There is no difference. Different language, same events. And yes, when they're in their country, they celebrate their Day of Independence. But it's okay for them to celebrate their Day of Independence, but it's not okay for you. Shame on you. Shame on you. You come to a place like New York City, you see all these foreigners with their flags flying in your fucking face. Try to make you look like that you're a stranger in your own fucking country. This is my country also. I live here, I was born here, and I served my country. And yes, some things that my country does is not good. Some of it was not good. But you're going to tie black Americans' hands behind our backs and watch us get kicked by these fucking foreigners that are taking over our country, our land, and waving their fucking foreign flag in your fucking face. And then, but you cannot say, oh, I love my country. You have a right to love where you live. Your home is your castle. Your home is your castle. You are the king and queen inside your fucking home. It's yours. It's what you make out of your destiny. It is up to you how you want to live your life in America. If you want to live your life like a fucking slave and handing the country over to foreigners who hate your fucking guts. Sorry. I speak the truth. I'm sick and tired. Everybody can get a handout and then they kick you right in the gut and make you feel like a foreigner in your own fucking country. My neighbor right here. Oh, who are you? Who the hell are you? You just arrived in America? We allowed you in my country, breathing my fucking air, living in the land where people like myself have built this country. We built it from the bottom up. And they're just going to come in a couple of days ago in America trying to make me feel uncomfortable. Am I worthy to live in my own fucking building? Well, it's not my building. I rent here. Just like he rents here. This is not a condo or co-op. This is all rental. But he wants to judge me, what type of person I am. He should be more concerned about himself. Right? I speak the truth. Go in New York City when they have these holidays and parades. What flags do they have? What countries are they from? Where were their ancestry back in those days in 1770 something? What were they doing? What were their labels? What were they? What were their social status? Probably the same as mine. But we just live in different lands, but the same events. I'm sick of it. And I'm sick of YouTubers who try to push that crap on me. And are rude about it. Yeah, I felt she was rude. She didn't say something, but her actions spoke louder than words. Yes, they're going to promote certain things. And I feel like they contradict themselves. But again, it's their option, it's their life. And if they want to do or promote, so be it. But when I'm respectful and share something, then you're just going to diss me like that, that's wrong. That is wrong. Yeah, this is yeah, you're going to really see who really is your friend and who is your foe. Not everybody who wears those dreadlocks and those braids in their hair represent you. A lot of them are imposters, but they wear it because it's like it's popular, and they want to convince you of something, and you don't see past it, and you think they're really about you, and they're not, and they're not. And I talked about that yesterday. I talked about a lot of things. I talked about some of these white women that wear the dreadlocks. I used to live in the West Indies. That was one wicked lady. I was referred to this lady by this Rasta guy who owned a little restaurant in town. I needed a place to live. He said, "Hey, I have a sister, an Irish." I was new at all this. He called her an Irish sister, and she has a place. She has a room, or there's a room, an extra room that they rent out. He told me what job she was at, so I went and visited on the job, something like that. I forget exactly. And then I had an interview with her and the other roommate. Yeah, there were two white ladies, two young girls. We were all about the same age. I was in my 20s. And it was the one with the dreadlocks, white girl with blonde hair and blue eyes. And she had an American black boyfriend. She was a wicked, wicked female. And just because someone, she had friends, a Rasta guy friend, but they're foolish. See, these black dudes, they fall for it. They think because they wear dreadlocks, or the chick wear dreadlocks, that she down. And I'm not going to go in full detail. I already talked about that, but the extent of what she did. But real brief, what I can share right now, that when she thought she was pregnant with that black dude's baby, this is what she's telling me in private, that she ran to the abortion clinic. She says, "How can I do something like that and have a black baby?" I went down to that abortion clinic, and then all of a sudden her period came down. She said how relieved she was. This is what she's telling me. See, I mean, I may not like what life shows me, but you have people, you have whites, you have blacks, you have people who can pretend to be something, or like they're promoting a certain thing, but they as fake as falsies. They are as fake as falsies. And yeah, and they're not your friend. And they do things behind your back. And this was a girl that was recommended by a black dude. He was a Rastafarian, and he makes his ital cooking. And so I just took for word of mouth. Not everything that is shiny is gold. And they live amongst you. It's a lot of things. Yes, some people may sport red, white, and blue. Some people may sport Juneteenth. Look at the people who want to celebrate. I'm going there. So once I get on a roll and get angry, see, I'm aware of. See, your life is what you make it, and it's how it serves you. You know. Same thing with people with Juneteenth. Now, I was introduced to Juneteenth 20 years ago in Hawaii. And it was just like a closeted situation, a closeted event. It was in a tiny, tiny space. It was just, I think, 4, maybe 6 people gathering there in Hawaii, which is of America, part of America. Was that the 50th state? And they didn't go in detail what it was, but something about the end of this slavery thing. But, I've never heard of that holiday until 20 years ago today. Yeah, it was in 2001. 2001, the event was. And how come you don't, how come in the black community, I never really heard of this? And how come, you know, we focus on Juneteenth, but we don't focus on the uh, um, what the Emancipation Proclamation. Why don't we focus on that, the Emancipation Proclamation? If Juneteenth was all about the end of slavery, that this small segment of the population, black population, didn't know or weren't told about that the slavery had officially ended. How come we don't focus on the Emancipation Proclamation where maybe 99% of us got free? You're going to focus on probably less than 1% of the population, but the 99% you're going to overlook? Why do we overlook the Emancipation Proclamation when it officially ended chattel slavery in America? You don't focus on that, but you want to focus on the trauma and the, you're focusing on, you know, the negative. And then it's like a sorrow. It's like sorrow. Why don't you why don't you proclaim it? Why don't you celebrate Emancipation Proclamation? You don't do a damn thing. It's just things like this that really I question about you, America and Black America. Now I think on the surface that you want to recognize that hey, a small town in Texas um, got notification. This is a big ass country, and it takes time for word to spread out. And I think Texas was one of the last states that had slavery. I mean, the introduction of slavery in Texas, I think it was one of the last places. Yeah, but it was all the East Coast, and then started spreading further out. So it was a newer system. And so word really, it was the frontier, Texas. It wasn't a busy area. So things take time to spread out. But you're gonna focus everything on Juneteenth, like it's so, but you're not focusing on where the 99%. So you're handed something, and you poo-poo the 99%, and you want to focus on the victimhood. This country is the best country to to someone offering you a big piece of cake and you're just going to take a crumb. If you don't feel valuable, that is your problem. When you go out, I had an opportunity to go to this island in Martinique. That's where my mother's parents are from. And they arrived like here about 95 years ago. Martinique is a French overseas department of France. Yeah, it's an overseas department of France. And yes, they had slavery there. It's in the Caribbean. And I had an opportunity to go there twice. But it was I think it was my first visit. And it was spectacular. Yeah, it's very African and very European at the same time. I loved it. I saw women with the baskets on their head, carrying food, things like that, like you in Africa. It was fantastic. But you know what really impressed me? Okay, we were watching TV. I was in a room and they had a TV on, and they celebrate their day of independence from slavery, the end of slavery. It's a big thing there. Happy independence. Oh yeah, they celebrate it.
They celebrated in pride. I was like, wow. I said, I live in America, and I never saw this in America. I never saw us have something, uh, happy Liberation Day or Happy Freedom Day from slavery. Never, never. And here, a small ass island like Martinique. It's a very, 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 very tiny island, but it is densely populated. And they embrace their day of liberation. We go always put, you know, you can even analyze that and say, well, it was a white man that did this or that, and in deciding liberation, whatever how you want to do it, how you want to poo-poo it. The fact that they recognize the day and they celebrate it with 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 gusto. I never see any of us go out there and celebrate it with gusto. But instead, on Juneteenth, it was the first time, first time in 19 years that it was brought up, the term. New York City has a lot of black people. I think New York City it had several million black people, and many of them from the Caribbean. And yes, you have American blacks, of course. I don't know, the statistics, how many actual people who, who were descendants of slaves in the United States, in contrast to the Caribbean or Central or South America. Um, but oh, what's the point? It's going to get out. Yeah, but I don't see it. You got all those millions living right here in New York City, and you don't celebrate it. Oh yeah, that's right. About the Juneteenth. So I've been back to New York City. Oh, actually now, yeah, I've been here in this place 19 years, but back in New York City 21 years. And in 21 years, never hear one damn thing about Juneteenth. Not one damn thing. But all of a sudden, you hear it now. What happened in Juneteenth? Shootouts. Black people killing other black people. Black people killing other black people. You're a bunch of hypocrites. You're a bunch of hypocrites here in the United States. And yes, I'm an American and damn proud of it too. And ashamed about the stupidity of what we do to one another. You're going to focus now. Not you get your holiday, your Juneteenth, your day of, so you could wallow in your misery that a small segment, probably less than 1% of the population, didn't know about or were not given their freedom. So you're going to disregard the 99% and focus on the victimhood of the 1%. And then when you have your federal holiday, you're going to go shoot your fellow brother. You're weird, really weird people here. It's weird. Don't you think that's weird? I've been back in New York City for 21 years. It's a lot of black people that live in New York City. And in 21 years here, nothing about Juneteenth. And then becomes a federal holiday, I think last year. And then now you have it here. You didn't have any parade or nothing but shootouts, black people killing black people. Wow. You really need to travel, black people, black America. Travel to places and, yeah, you find certain places um, where you could really learn about your African connections in some of these small places that know that they come from Africa. Yeah, if here in America, they're promoting that you come from, you were already here, and that you're an Indian. Well, okay. See that? Maybe less than 1% might have already been here in America. Okay, I'll give you that. I'll give you 1%. But you're disregarding the 99% that came here under bondage. And that I find offensive of you denying that history. Because it's my history. I have a document of my direct ancestor who got her liberation papers in Martinique. See, at least in that island, that country, France, okay, the French are two-faced about a lot of things. But at least in France, they release the documents and that they can get on the internet. And I was able to download my direct ancestor who was a slave, and they got her liberation papers. That is your history. And some of the documents of the people who arrived later on, because see, the importation of slaves in other locations were a common thing. Common in Brazil, common in the Caribbean, but yet the British colonies, they had an embargo, like they prevented it. But the other locations, people were still being brought in. And some of those documents, when they ended it in the French colonies, they have where the person was born, and some of them Africa, because they were taken late during this system. And I shared this in a video, and I was still poo-pooed and cursed. I couldn't believe it. And I gave information about in Alabama that they had an import of people who were kidnapped to become enslaved in Alabama. That was in around 1863, something like that. And then the slavery ended like 2 years later. And they came from Africa. And I showed a clip, a video clip of this particular town in Alabama, and I think it's called Little Africa. They knew where they came from. And I gave that as proof. And they still poo-poo my video. So you're going to deny your own heritage, Black America. Anytime when someone shows you the real truth, you want to cover it up. And you just want to wallow in misery. Wow. Boy. It's like, I thought I was fatalistic. But you take the cake. You really take the cake. You built this country. And you let other people to come in and could flaunt in your face with their flags and then take your benefits and take your money. And so your children cannot get enough food or have a chair to sit in school because it is now overrun by illegals who don't like you. They do not hire you. They hire their own. Or they hire other people that speak their language. But instead you're just booty chasing. The guy's just booty chasing. And yeah, they'll let you have their booty for money. And they take all that money that you give them and they give it to their children and people from their community. That's why their community is doing better. You are financing your enemy. You be like another Kanye West. Let's talk about Kanye West. A brilliant singer. I don't have any of his records, but I heard him sing before. He's very, very talented, Kanye West. And then he got booty, he chased the girl's booty. Yes, she is gifted in her body, very gifted. He got bewitched. He got bewitched and he fell flat down. He is a mockery and he fell for it. That girl doesn't have to work a day in her life. Milk that guy dry. Yes, she makes sure she has kids. Every kid like a milk cow, right? Each kid represents X amount of money that she can get. Yeah, there's so many else like him. Kanye. Yeah, he wasn't a perfect man. He was not a perfect man, but he started to wake up and then boom. Yeah, men, stop booty chasing. Stop booty chasing. You need to start thinking with the right head, guys. And women, you too. Women, you too. The things that we women do here, it's embarrassing. You guys embarrass me. We have access to the top colleges on the planet. We have abilities to maybe start a business. We can buy land, but you want to buy fake, phony nails instead. You could buy yourself land. As much money you spend on your nails and your hair, you can buy land. Open up schools for your children. But instead, you booty chase, you buy hair weaves, you buy stuff that don't pay you back. You don't buy things that pay you back. We are the bankers for every foreigner here in America. They get richer for our money, and then we become their slaves. We become their laughing boy. I think it's about time this 4th of July weekend, you start thinking other things. Start thinking differently that, hey, yes, things happened in the past, but this is now, this is the new dispensation. This is the new dispensation of empowerment for the oppressed. You are no longer oppressed people. You are free. If you think you're free, you are free. Walk in your domain and in your power and teach your children to do the same thing. It's all yours for the taking. Don't let these people take from your garden. Be more discerning and be more discriminating. It's okay to discriminate. Discrimination means you're selecting one thing over another. If something doesn't serve you, discriminate it. Don't have it in your life. That which serves you, you select. That's simple. Just like what everybody else does. Select what benefits you and reject what hurts you. So those are my thoughts. I know I talked about a lot of things. I started off with the vision that I had, with the numbers that I saw. I saw a pad with like a light blue or pink paper with uh, uh, with an ink pen with writing on it. It looked like a like a teenager's book of writing. How they had the little heart next to the number. I think the number was 257. 257. I saw it looked like an area code. It was a series of numbers. It looked like 257. And then I talked about what was the other thing? Oh, what was that? Oh, I can't remember now. But yeah. So those are my thoughts. Yeah, it looks like it's gonna rain today. I'd probably stay in again. Oh yeah, be careful about I remember about the warning about the possible emergency broadcast system for this 4th of July weekend, and play it safe. Play it safe, okay? keep you true. You have young, restless. They could be reckless too. But if you have young, restless children or teens, keep them home, keep them close to you, and find things that are good about the 4th of July. That they have a country where they can live and manifest their destiny if they set their mind and heart to it. Make something positive out of it. This is not a day of mourning. If you choose it to be a day of mourning, why don't you select a day of liberation, of peace? Manifest peace in your life, okay, people? So, let me see if those writing. Oh, let me try something. Oops. Sorry about that. I know someone wrote something. Oh, sorry. I know someone wrote a comment. I just wanted to see what it was. Oh, sorry. Okay. Oh, I'll have to put my glasses on now. Let's see. Yeah, I have on mosquito net outfit on. Yeah, this is a yeah, I was getting bitten last night. I bought this outfit here. It's for outdoor gear for mosquito thing. It's a whole outfit. It has a jacket with hood, um, pants, and booties on, and gloves to protect you from the mosquitoes. I got, yeah, it came like a week ago. And then last night when I was at my computer, I was getting bitten on my arms. Yeah, I said, sure, I might as well put it on here. I know it looks silly, but hey, I'd rather look silly in my own home and not have those mosquitoes bite me. I was having all these bites all over. Never had it before in the 19 years I've been in this building. Now I'm getting fine. Listen, I'm trying to navigate here. Let's see. Oh, who is that now? Terrence? Oh God, it's hard to see. I have that fishnet thing on my face. Okay. Okay, Terrence Gee. I haven't seen you before. Okay, they say good morning. Yeah, thank you. Good morning to you too. Okay, Green Glass had okay, retracted something. Okay, Cam Cam. Hey, Cam Cam said good morning. Yes. Yes, good morning to you people. Good morning. Yes, wow, what a day. I know I said a lot. I know I said a lot today. I felt it needed to be said, the things that I shared. Again, you know, I want us all to have freedom of choice. And that if we don't respect other people's, I mean, you don't have to agree with people, but don't be rude to them, you know? We need support these days. And if you only promote the narrative, or maybe sometimes it's a means of dialogue. See, a lot of us, we don't want to have a dialogue, a safe dialogue to say, hey, well, this is my point of view, and my coming from the military, and my this and that, you know, kind of persuade me to think of it in other terms, and that's fine. Yeah, we're not to be robots, but we have to be respectful. That's all I'm saying. So, yeah, I spoke long enough. I have to drink my water now. Yeah, I gotta drink my water. I didn't drink my water yet. And, oh wow, it's almost 8 o'clock in the morning. This, Sunday morning. Yes. So, wow. I can't think of anything else, but I had fun doing this, video. And, yeah. So keep me posted on anything that's happening with you. Uh, Let me know what's going on in your city. You can comment below. You can share this video with friends or family members. Give me the thumbs up.
And those of you who like this content and want to support my channel, you can PayPal me. To do so, go to my channel, Spirit Journey. And on the top right of the banner of my channel, you see my PayPal me link. Just click on the link and follow the prompts. Any amount would be greatly appreciated, and I thank you in advance for doing so. Peace, love, joy, power be unto you all. Have a safe 4th of July weekend in your how you want to celebrate it, okay? Or how you want to live this weekend. Take care, guys. Until next time soon. Bye bye.